Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. We are the McLean County Sports Network, and we are excited to be bringing you live Week 2 action between your McLean County Cougars and the homestanding Washington High School Hatchets. I am Heath Hicks. Alongside me is Drew Crabtree. Say hello, Drew.
Hello, Drew.
And we're pumped to be playing football this week. Had a little bit of some question marks coming out of Week 1. Picked up a big win against Ohio County, but over the weekend realized that we would not be able to play Breckenridge County due to COVID cancellation. But luckily, Coach Wagner was able to work out an opportunity for us to come out of state, play our first game in school history out of the state of Kentucky. And here we find ourselves 2 hours north of Calhoun playing in Washington, Indiana.
Yeah, it's really cool, personally, being a McLean County alumni, getting to go north of the border for the first time. You know, we've had this team here, Washington, they play similar teams that we've heard of before, Posey Central, Pike County. I looked up their history last year. They played Crawford County. For those who don't know where Crawford County, Indiana is, if you've ever kayaked the Blue River, that's where Marengo is, and that's in Crawford County. So that's pretty neat. This is a really cool venue we're at. This was part of the WPA New Deal built by Roosevelt during the Great Depression. The Hatchets first started playing here in 1937. So we're at an elementary school in southern Indiana. So that's where we're at.
So a lot of cool history here in Washington, particularly with Washington High School. As Drew mentioned, this stadium was built back as part of the New Deal during the Great Depression, or at the end of the Great Depression. So a lot of history here on the football field. Right behind us, across the street actually, is one of the largest high school basketball arenas in the entire country. Holds a little over 7,000 people. It's actually the 12th largest high school basketball arena that you will find in this entire nation, which is pretty cool. Real quickly, we're about 2 minutes away from kickoff, and captains are on the field ready to flip, something that we missed a lot of last year. Looks like your Cougars will be receiving the opening kickoff, or similar to last week. To set up this game, McLean County comes in 1-0. Washington, this is the season opener for the Hatchets. Obviously, this being our first game played out of the state of Kentucky, this is the first matchup between these two teams. Washington is coached by Joe Morris, who took over the helm here in Washington 2 years ago. He has a staff of 12 assistant coaches, which we will not go through individually. But pretty cool stuff here as we're about to get underway. This kickoff is just a little over a minute. Very quickly to reset last week, McLean County opened up against Ohio County at Paulson Stadium and won 38-30 on a last-minute score by Lucas Mosey. Lucas Mosey and James Hurley each ran for over 100 yards in the win. Brody Klein, first-year quarterback, sophomore, threw for over 100 yards in his first start as the play caller for McLean County. Brady Dame led McLean County in yards and receptions. He caught 3 passes for 46 yards. Elijah Baldwin caught 1 for 30, and Zach Clayton caught 2 for 25. And with that, here we go, folks.
We got Hurley and Baldwin back deep for the Cougars.
And the kick is away. A short kick as Baldwin runs up on it, fields it at the 24-yard line. He's trying to find ground up the middle. He gets out to the 35-yard line, falls forward to the 36, and that is where your Cougars will set up shop to start this game.
Now, I know the Indiana ISHAA is a little bit different from the KHSAA. They're both 6A categories, but Washington here's 3A. Your Cougars are a 2A program, so that's something to just keep an eye on. The enrollment for Washington High School is just over 700, so that's what we got going on for them.
So a little bit bigger than McLean County. I believe our enrollment this year is a little over 400, so Washington, quite a bit bigger school. But no worries here as Brody Klein goes under center. He sends Zach Clayton in motion. Clayton gets the ball running right. He cuts it back up across the 40-yard line, and he is pushed down after a gain of about 5 yards. Decent first run of the game for Zach Clayton. And that's somebody that we would like to see involved in the game, in the offense a little bit more this week. Clayton ran the ball 8 times for 87 yards last week. And coming into this year, the junior actually our returning leading rusher. So expect to see him involved a little bit more. He was having some cramping issues last week during the season opener. Had to come off 2 different times because of cramping on a very muggy night in Calhoun.
And you'll see that too. I mean, Paulson Stadium's in the middle of cornfields. It's in the low area there, so it's going to be muggy. It's late August, so.
Dog days of summer as Brody Klein looks to pass. He throws it right side to Brady Dame, who goes up and comes down with it. He makes a man miss, and he is brought down.
Got 2 flags on the play.
He's pushed down at the Hatchet 24-yard line. 2 late flags come in.
I don't know if they're going to say there's a unnecessary roughness or a block in the back there at the end. I hope not, but we'll find out here in a second what the White Hats got for us.
Regardless, very nice play by Brady Dame. And a good throw by Brody Klein. Little Brody to Brady hookup, and it looks like it's going to be a fast match penalty against the Hatchets. So tack on 15 more after that play. That's going to take McLean County into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 12. Nice hookup right there.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see from Brody. You got a young quarterback back there. Last week, we can pick and choose what we saw. Last week, had a lot of air under the ball.
And that's Clayton getting the ball running short side. He cuts it back up and gets inside the 5-yard line. Nice run by Zach Clayton. And he's pushed out of bounds around the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he's walking the tightrope over there.
Coach Wagner on that play had 2 wide out left. Had both Brady Dame and Preston Morris lined out to the left and had Clayton run to the short side away from those receivers. Still on that right hash here. 2nd and 2 to go. We can pick up a first down here without having to score a touchdown. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, what Coach Wagner likes to do here is whenever he brings people, 2 wideouts out to this near sideline, he's taking 2 defensive players for the Hatchets out of the play.
Mosey in the backfield since Clayton in motion. Ball is given to Mosey running right. And he is contacted. He is very close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short. It's going to be a first down. But it will be 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line for McLean County. Here with 9:45 to play, we apologize for not having the game clock up tonight. Not a whole lot of room up here in the press box, so we'll try to keep you posted on the game clock as often as possible. You'll also notice in both end zones there are play clocks that have the game clock as well, so you'll be able to keep up with it that way.
We got twins set out to this near sideline.
Twins left. That's Morris inside, Dame outside. Clayton goes in motion. Ball is given to Mosey running right, and he is in for a touchdown. Lucas Mosey. TDMC. Mosey had 3 touchdowns last week against Ohio County, and the junior thumping fullback goes into the end zone and puts McLean County up here 6-0 with 9:14 to play in the first quarter here in Washington, Indiana.
Yeah, you can tell that Mosey put on a lot of positive poundage over the offseason. He's been, Wagner said about it in the paper, I think it was last week or the week before, he was saying, these guys have bought into the weightlifting culture, and Lucas Mosey has been kind of the tip of the spear leading the charge of doing the right thing in the weight room during the offseason. Absolutely.
Klein sends Baldwin in motion, toss out to Baldwin. He's contacted in the backfield and can't get away. Nice tackle right there by number 1 Pierre Charles by the Hatchets. So McLean County's 2-point conversion attempt fails. And with that, McLean County leads here in Washington 6-0 with 9:14 to play in the first quarter. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to thank our sponsors with this sponsor video. And we're the McLean County Sports Network. And we'll be right back. All right, folks, and we are back. 9:14 here in the first quarter. McLean County up 6-0 after a Lucas Mosey touchdown. As mentioned, Mosey scored 3 touchdowns last week in the win over Ohio County. The junior ran for 104 yards on 16 carries last week. And very good opening drive as Jacob Capps kicks it. It's picked up at the 23-yard line. And very good tackle.
No return.
Hardly any return, and that is Preston Morris, who is in on most of the plays on the offensive side of the ball. Morris missed week 1, but already making his presence known here in week 2. Ball is spotted on the 27-yard line of the Hatchets. And we'll see what McLean County can do on the defensive side of the ball tonight. Last week, had some good defensive stands, but also was prone to giving up the big play. And this is a true spread offense here. 2 wide both ways. And the quarterback for the Hatchets in the shotgun.
Pistol
puts number 2 in motion. And the ball is given to him on a sweep. And he is tackled after a gain of about 5 on the play. That was Nathaniel Aldrich, the junior wide receiver and corner there.
I feel like you're going to see that a lot from this Washington team, kind of spread it out. The pistol formation there going twins on both sides there. But it looks like we got an injured Hatchet on the far side there. Got official timeout. He's going to walk off.
Yeah, and that's Aldrich who picked up 5 yards on the carry.
He's grabbing his hand there. I don't know if it got caught in between a helmet or – I know for sure that's not fun.
He's coming off slowly. And this will be a good experience for McLean County to face this type of offense, this spread offense, giving us a look similar to what we might see down the road against Owensboro Catholic, a team in our district. So number 12, Connor Woolley, sophomore, is play caller for the Hatchets. And again, in the pistol formation, 2 wide both ways, since guy in motion. The ball is given middle to the fullback, and he has a seam and more. Gets out across the 40-yard line to the 41. And that's a big pickup by number 20. That's number 15. Was it number 15, Drew? I can't read the number.
I think it might be 35.
35?
45.
45. That's number 45, Alerte, 5'11 junior.
That guy's going to be hard to tackle.
Yes, he is. More motion again, and ball is given again on the sweep. It's number 34. He spins out of a tackle and across the 45-yard line to the 46. And that's number 34, Cameron Cook on the run, sophomore, for Washington. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Hatchets as they get a little bit closer to Cougar territory here.
And you're seeing that a lot early. They're lining up in this pistol formation and running a lot of jets and a lot of motions here. So they're going to try to use this misdirection as best as they can.
Here comes number 7. It's given middle again. That's number 25, and he is tackled after picking up the first down and getting out to the 44 of McLean County.
And you're going to see that a lot. Out of the pistol formation, it's very similar to what we do with the wing tee. We'll run a lot of motions, we'll run a lot of misdirections, and essentially the more modern approach with the pro offense that we have here at Washington is the jet sweeps and your rocket motions. So that's what, Coach Wagner's got the wing tee, kind of an old school approach, and this is kind of the new school that Washington's throwing at us.
All right, Woolley again in that pistol formation, gives the ball middle again. Contacted in the backfield and brought down by Lucas Mosey. Nice play right there. Hurley came in and disrupted the play on the give, and Mosey finished it off for a loss of 1. So positive play right there for McLean County. 2nd and 12 for the Hatchets here. 7:09 to play in the first quarter at Hatchet Hollow.
Yeah, Hurley did exactly what his job is there as the D end. He just needs to keep containment, make sure nobody gets outside of him, and that's what he did perfectly. So
needed an excellent job of the same thing last week, getting into the backfield quite a bit, 2.5 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss. As Woolley going back to throw for the first time tonight, and it is wide of his target. Intended receiver on the play was number 8, Logan Hill. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Hatchets.
Cougars defensive backs here have been looking like they've been lining up in a cover 3, so to kind of prevent anything deep getting past them. But the problem with the cover 3 is that you got to make sure your linebackers get out to the flats in situations like that.
And here we go, new formation. So they're going to go into the I. They have receivers each way. Woolley goes under center for the first time tonight. And he is going to roll out to his right. Hurley giving chase, makes contact. He hooks up with the receiver, but is tackled immediately by Zach Clayton. That's not going to be enough for the first down. That was number 23, Olson Kroger, on the catch for the Hatchets. But it's going to bring up a 4th and short situation, and we'll see what Coach Joe Morris of the Hatchets dials up right here. And actually, it's Gary Issa, the offensive coordinator for the Hatchets. Coach Joe Morris does the defensive coordinating for this club out of Washington. So it's going to be 4th and 2 here. And I'll say a long 2. Drew, what do you see?
Yeah, I'd say it's a long 2. I'd say they're going to run it right up the gut, if I had to guess.
And they draw them off sides. 3 Cougars jump. And that's going to give the Hatchets a first down.
Yeah, that's the easiest 5 yards in football. You know, it's you hate to see it, but that, you know, you can get away with it early in the ball game because everybody's so anxious and ready to go that whenever you go, instead of go on 2, you know, that's where discipline comes into play, and Cougars are ready to attack, and it's just a little bit too early.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 for Washington. 5:58 to play here in the first quarter. As they get a new set of downs, is 32-yard line of the Cougars. And back in the 2x2 pistol formation for Woolley. And here comes the dive. Tackled.
Most of the Cougars, somebody came in there late and put a shot on him. I don't know who it was. Looked like Clayton.
It's Clayton who came in and finished it up. Number 44 from McLean County, Colton Free. No, Cole Kroonbaker, I'm sorry, made the initial hit. And Clayton finished it off, but not after a gain of 7 on the play.
Right now it's just kind of like, you know, two boxers going at it, just feeling each other out, seeing what everybody's got.
Yeah. Oh. And like we said, this is a look that we are not accustomed to seeing. It's again 2x2 pistol formation. More motion coming right. Ball is given middle. Another dive. And falls forward. Looks like he had enough for the first down. Tackled by James Hurley there.
That is 25 for them, but they don't have 25 on their roster sheet.
Looking to see.
Looks like we got a timeout. It's going to be a timeout, McLean County.
Got a timeout, McLean County, here with 4:41 to play in the first quarter. With that, we're going to take this time to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First, B.F. Evans Ford, your source for new Fords and used cars located in Livermore, Kentucky. Go My Team Podcast. Turn off the filters and be real. A podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming, hosted by Hagan Fee and Ryan Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at the Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all of your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedo and wedding suit rental, and more. Ring Asphalt Ceiling, located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel for your vacation planning needs. She specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Take advantage of her complimentary planning services today. And lastly, Matt Muster Funeral Home, located in Livermore in Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral director since 1855. And just like that, here come the Cougars after a quick timeout to get a little bit, put a little pause on this Washington offense as they put together a nice opening drive, nice sustained drive, highlighted by a strong running attack. And we'll see what they dial up here on this 3rd and 2 situation. Ball's on the 22, line to gain here. Actually, the ball's on the 24. Line to gain is the 22.
They're going to go in a modified pistol here. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, modified pistol. You got tight end to the near side.
And the ball is given middle. Nice play by Lucas Mosey. Good penetration up front. He gets into the backfield and makes a play. That was number 34 on the carry, Cameron Cook. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Hatchets here. It's going to be 4th and 6. Another nice play by Mosey, who's doing it on both sides of the ball. I feel like saying Mosey and Hurley a lot already in the early goings tonight.
Yeah, I mean, those are two players that had a lot of action last season. They brought it back this year. You know, a lot of leadership. Looks like we're going trips left in the pistol formation again.
Do have a tight end on the right? No.
Tight end to the left side.
Left side, I'm sorry. And Wooley's going to keep it here, trying to get outside, and that's going to be James Hurley on the tackle. Nice play by the senior Hurley, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Nice defensive stand there for McLean County, and they're going to take over at the Hatchet 30-yard line here with 3:49 to play in the first quarter at Hatchet Hollow.
This is a cool place.
It is really cool. Old school, but a really, really neat environment to play football in here on this Saturday evening.
It's a different kind of catter day than we're used to.
So the ball is spotted actually at the 29-yard line.
Got twins to the far sideline. Let's see what Coach Wagner's got dialed up.
Brody Klein under center, sends Zach Clayton in motion. The ball is given to Zach Clayton, running short side to the right. He gets up the sideline. Big collision. And he stays up, and he scrambles out to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out of bounds. Must have stepped out as he cut it back. They're going to mark it down at the 36. Pickup of 7 on the play. Nice run by Zach Clayton on first down. Staying in front of the chains. That's Coach Wagner's offensive philosophy. And Zach Clayton, Lucas Mosey, and James Hurley are 3 guys that are very good at keeping those chains moving.
Yeah, I mean, those are 3 guys that, you know, they don't really have a whole lot of speed that they're going to break away from you.
I wouldn't say that about Clayton. Clayton does. He has
2 out of
pretty
3.
good top end speed. Yeah, 2 out of 3.
But I'm saying, you know, they're going to be a lot to tackle.
And Hurley up the gut, gets out close to the 45-yard line, tackled at the 44. That's going to bring up first down for McLean County. Good pickup there by number 3, James Hurley. And last week, that trio of running backs ran for just shy of 300 yards in the game. As we mentioned earlier, Hurley led us in rushing with 106 yards. Mosey had 104 and 3 touchdowns. And then Clayton, on just 8 carries, ran for 87 yards.
Looks like Brady's going to split out to the near side here.
Keeping it in tight, though. See some kind of motion coming to this left side. And the ball is fumbled on the play. Brody Klein is able to fall on top of it. And he was contacted deep in the backfield as he was trying to give the ball to Elijah Baldwin.
That'll be a loss of about 6, it looks like.
That's going to put us back behind the chains after getting in front of it. It's going to be a loss of 7 on the play. Line to gain is the 47-yard line of Washington. 2nd and 17 for the Cougars. And there was some space on that left side. Klein was contacted just before handing it to Baldwin. Lucky to fall on it. Klein in the pistol again, sends Baldwin in motion. And ball is given to Clayton. And the ball is on the ground. And that looks to be Hatchet football.
Well, we got a late flag over there.
Got a flag after the play.
Get him off the field. Get him off the field.
Get Brady off the field.
He hit him hard.
Looked like number 1.
Little extracurriculars after the play.
Number 1, Pierre Charles, and number 5, Brady Dame. Dame blocking Charles well downfield, probably 10 yards, maybe even 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Got into a little bit. Dame came up slow, but there was a flag thrown late. They are going to call that personal foul, and they are going to eject number 1, Pierre Charles.
He should be. That was cheap.
It's a very dirty play, it seemed.
Yeah, a little extracurriculars there, you know. So that'll move the Cougars up 15 from the spot.
All right. So Pierre Charles, who we've already said his name a couple of times, is out of the game for good.
Yeah, you got a wide receiver and defensive back for the Hatchets out. He is a senior, so, you know, that's a little bit of leadership that the Hatchets are going to have to go for 3 quarters without.
And on comes the Washington offense. So again, Zach Clayton fumbled on the play, was stripped after a pickup of about 5 yards. Hatchets fell on it, and then following the play, personal foul and ejection. And that's going to back the Hatchets up to their own 42-yard line as they begin their second drive of the game here with 2:14 to play in the first quarter.
Going a little bit quicker tonight than it did last Friday.
Say that again?
I said it's going by a little bit quicker tonight than it did last Friday night.
It was extremely hot in our press box last Friday, too.
And it's open air, too.
Yeah, I think that slowed down the game tremendously from our vantage point.
But there was a good thing that I noticed last week is that they were doing the referees would stop the game and give the boys water breaks.
Yes.
Thought that was very good, very important.
Yes, especially early on before the sun went down. So Woolley out, again in that pistol formation, 2 wide both ways.
Sends a man in motion.
And the ball is given middle. So another good play by Zach Clayton, and coming in and finishing off the play, Aiden Rice made contact with the running back and then slowed him down just enough for Clayton to come in and finish him off. After a gain of 6 on the play, it'll be 2nd and 4 Hatchets.
1:45 to play in the first quarter.
Tell your corners to be ready for the hits. They only need like 5.
Cougars are still in the cover 3, you know, they're giving up a lot of room to the wideouts here.
And Woolley's
Got a
going to hand the ball.
reverse.
It's number 2, Nathan Aldrich. Oh, and nice play by James Hurley deep in the backfield.
I'd say that was a shoestring tackle, but it looked like he had him right by the bottom of his jersey there.
Great play by the senior Hurley. Aldrich tackled all the way back at their own 38-yard line.
And that's the thing, too, you know, for Hurley, he's a defensive end. You know, if you beat your guy, you know, keep contained, and that's what he did. You know, perfect situation. They had a reverse, and Hurley was there to drive him back inside and just enough to get a hold of him and tackle him in the backfield.
Well, Hurley, like a lot of guys, he's actually in that stud linebacker position. So he does contain, but he also has the flexibility to do more. Pass hits the turf. Woolley trying to get it out to number 8, Logan Hill. But again, throw is wide of the mark as Woolley does not seem like he's super comfortable throwing the football. It's going to bring up 4th and long for the Hatchets and a punt situation coming up here with 41 seconds remaining in the first quarter at Hatchet Hollow.
Yeah, and if you have a quarterback that's not really confident in his passes, you know, going from the inside the hash marks and trying to throw it out here to the numbers, it's not really going to be able to get there.
It's a tough throw. It's a tough throw for anybody.
It's definitely a hard throw for anybody.
The out route, it was just a bad throw.
So again, 4th and 12. Punt unit on the field for the Hatchets. Of course, we have no experience with Washington. Don't know if they have any trickery up their sleeve. Elijah Baldwin
High
back
snap.
deep. End over end punt. Baldwin fields it at its own 30-yard line. He gets the edge across the 40. He's into Hatchet territory before he's knocked out of bounds at the Washington 48-yard line. Good return on the play by number 14, Elijah Baldwin. And McLean County is in business here as we enter the final seconds of the first quarter.
Yeah, Clayton had a good block on his gunner down here. So Elijah just kind of read the field and got to this near side. You know, that's what you need from a punt returner. So now we're going to start this drive with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter with good field position in Hatchet territory.
Both Mosey and Hurley run onto the field for McLean County. So we're going to go with a big offensive set with Hurley and Clayton as the wingbacks, and McLean County is going to call a timeout. With that timeout, we are going to take a timeout of our own. This one brought to you by all of these great people in our community. Well, hold on.
I didn't think
Maybe
a timeout
not.
was called.
Maybe not. We'll wait and see before we send that.
Got a little conference with the white hat here. Let's see what he says.
Okay, Zach.
Yeah, they're going to play. It's not a timeout.
So initially thought Coach Wagner had called a timeout. It's not the case. McLean County offense out on the field. Washington taking this opportunity to meet with their guys. But as I was mentioning before, a big backfield coming up for McLean County. We'll have Clayton and Hurley as the wingbacks with Mosey in the backfield.
Yeah, you got Brady lining out wide at the far sideline. You know, that's a good offensive weapon. We want to air it out a little, you know, something to take consideration of. You know, Washington, from what I can tell, runs a 4-4 base defense. So 4 down linemen on the defensive line, 4 in the back. Let's see what they got for us.
Out on Brady now is number 7, Wyatt Owens. Dame was covered by Pierre Charles, who was ejected earlier, looking for Brady Dame deep. Brody Klein gives him an opportunity, but Brady cut it back. Klein throws a nice ball over Brady's shoulders, maybe a hair late on the release, but definitely gave his receiver an opportunity to catch a football. Brady was a little off balance and couldn't get back outside to catch it. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the quickest way to travel in between 2 points is a straight line. I think Brady just needs to stay the course, stay in a straight line, and then Brody will get it to him. That's his job as a receiver, to go get the ball.
Little zigging and zagging on that route as number 10, Edwin Millay, comes into the game in place of Brady Dame. Zach Clayton goes in motion. Ball is tossed out to Zach Clayton, running right. Excellent play by number 11, Davidson Victor, who comes up and drills Clayton at the 50-yard line. And if I had to guess, Coach Wagner's going to let this thing run out. That's exactly what he's going to do here. So after 1 quarter of play, your McLean County Cougars lead the homestanding Washington Hatchet 6-0 here at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. With this, we're going to take a short break to thank our sponsors. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back.
Going the other way.
All right, folks, we are back. McLean County now driving left to right on your screen. 3rd and 11 for the Cougars.
You got Dame to the near side. You got Connor Baldwin in that wingback position to the far side. Klein's going to go under center.
Line to gain here is the 38-yard line of Washington. Hurley goes in motion. Ball is given to Elijah Baldwin. And nice play by the Hatchet defense. He's going to pick up 3 on the play, but it's not going to be enough. And we'll see now what Coach Wagner does. Last week against Ohio County, McLean County wasn't put into any punt situations the entire game, really.
Yeah.
Mostly 4th and short situations. And then really the only time we turned the ball over was via interception or fumble. So we'll see what Coach Wagner dials up. It looks like he's going to go for this. It is 4th and long, 4th and 8, like we said. Line to gain here is the 38-yard line of Washington.
Yeah, last week it just kind of seemed like whoever had the ball last was going to be the team that won.
And luckily that team was us.
Yeah.
So Klein in that pistol formation, Mosey to his right. And he is going to look to throw. He gets it away to Brady Dame over the shoulder. Dame comes down with it. He's tackled inside the 10, down at the 5-yard line. Beautifully thrown ball by Brody Klein there. And McLean County is in business.
My apologies if y'all didn't get that, ladies and gentlemen. Just trying to get it in here with the left hand.
Coach Wagner dialed Brody Klein's number, and he put it on Brady Dame. Excellent Brody to Brady connection. And McLean County has 1st and goal from the Hatchet 5-yard line. 11:01 to play here in the second quarter at Hatchet Hollow. Brody threw a nice ball earlier to Brady as well. That one, again, put it in a spot that only Brady could catch it. This time Brady comes down with it. Big pickup on the play. So here we go, 1st and goal. Hurley's going to be lined up in the fullback position. Zach Clayton directly to his left. Elijah Baldwin, the wing right. Klein under center, sends Clayton in motion. Ball is given to Hurley, running middle, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, James Hurley, TDMC, with 10:28 to play in the second quarter. McLean County increases their lead to 12-0 over the homestanding Washington Hatchets. 2-point conversion attempt pending.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good drive all the way around for McLean County.
And a nice patient run by James Hurley there to get into the end zone. Didn't get into too big of a hurry. It was actually not a clean handoff, but Hurley took his time, found his cutback seam, and goes into the end zone for 6.
And that's what you got to do in the backfield there. You know, you can see a lot of people they'll wait and see what their line develops as Brady Dame goes far out to the left side.
And
looks like McLean County jumped.
McLean County jumps on the play, back him up 5 yards, and let's do it again. Looked like they were trying to run a slant to Brady there.
Yeah.
And again, another well-thrown ball by Brody.
Yeah. He's putting it there. So we'll back it up 5 and try it again. But that's what you'll see, you know, a lot of your Division I running backs, they'll hesitate and they'll watch the line develop, and then they'll hit the hole. You know, high school, they'll kind of shorten up the backs in the backfield so they can just hit it immediately. Mm-hmm. But in D1, you like to see, if you have a very good, strong line, you like to see the hole develop.
And Klein's going to roll to his left, and he does not throw it. He's tackled for a big loss. 2-point conversion is no good. So with 10:28 to play here in the first half, McLean County leads the homestanding Washington Hatchets 12-0 at Hatchet Hollow. And with that, we're going to thank our sponsors. I'm going to let Drew read these this time as I take a drink.
McLean County Sports Network would like to thank B.F. Evans Ford, your source for new Fords and used cars, located in Livermore, Kentucky, right on 431. Go My Team Podcast. Turn off the filters and be real, a podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming, hosted by Hagen Fee and Ron Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery, Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at The Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedos, and wedding suit rentals, and more. Ring Asphalt and Ceiling, located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel. for your vacation planning needs. She specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Take advantage of her complimentary planning services today. Also, Muster Funeral Homes. Muster Funeral Homes located in Livermore and Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral director since 1855.
Well done, Drew. Thank you for letting me get that little Gatorade break there.
No, that's fine. What color did you decide to go with?
Went with white. The Arctic Rush or Arctic Blast or whatever it is. It's good stuff. So Jacob Cabs back out on the field to send this one back to the Hatchets.
I like his cleats.
Jacob Cabs does have a background playing soccer.
I believe they're turquoise. Would you call that turquoise or seafoam?
I think seafoam is a new thing. I'm going turquoise. And Cabs, short kick. It bounces, picked up at the 21-yard line. That's number 2, Aldrich. He's contacted and he squirts away. A lot of room running left. And he gets past with Cersei, another spin move. And he's back across the field again. He's still on his feet across the 50-yard line. And he is finally brought down at the 43-yard line of the Cougars. Excellent return by Aldrich right there. As he was all over the map, Drew.
Yeah, just I was watching through the camera here, just trying to keep a hold of him. But from what I could tell there, the kickoff team from McLean County was going after the ball and just hitting them with arm tackles, and that's somebody that's not going to be able to get it done. You're going to have to wrap that kid up.
So good field position for the Hatchets.
However, they will be going into the sun, a little bit different setup here than what we have.
Sun poking through the clouds.
You got to think that's got to factor in for their passing attack, at least for the quarterback.
Oh, definitely.
They're going to spread it out here.
So Jace Perkins beside quarterback Woolley.
Sends a man in motion.
And Woolley's going to keep it. Contact with number 66. He squirts away, gets a full head of steam, and picks up the first down. And that's number 66, Kobe Dant of the Cougars. He wraps up, and that's a loss in the play. Instead, it's a first down for the Hatchets. And here as the clock ticks inside 10 minutes, the Hatchets have something going on offense.
Arm tackles aren't going to get it done against these guys. We got to go back to fundamental football. Put your helmet on the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Washington on the McLean County 31-yard line. 2-by-2 pistol formation. Number 3 goes in motion. Ball is given to number 3 on the jet sweep. He runs into his own man, and James Hurley finishes him off. Gain of 1 on the play. So beneficial on the play that the ball carrier ran into his own man. Hurley did finish him off for a gain of 1.
Got to tighten it up here.
Got to tighten it up. We have to stay disciplined, stay outside of these ball carries, especially if they're going to continue to try to get outside on jet sweeps.
I mean, I know we're up 2 scores on them, but there's no need for complacency.
Watch him jet this way. Jet this way.
We got twins right. Twins to the near side, they're spreading out.
More motion.
Got an ISO up the middle.
We got it. Good.
Nice tackle right there. Gang tackling by the Cougars. Ball carrier falls forward for a gain of 2, but that's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Hatchets.
I'd like to get a 3rd down stop here. Hatchets could have a field goal kicker.
Yep, something we saw. Well, actually, no, we saw a PAT attempt last week by Ohio County. It came up about 8 feet short. That's only kicking that we've seen thus far. As Woolley's going to throw it, he's looking to his left. Throws a good ball out to number 4. That's Simon Parsons on the reception, and he has enough for the first down. Best thrown ball Woolley has made tonight. Put it right on Parsons, and the 6-foot senior wideout stretches forward for the first down. So that'll keep the Hatchets alive here. 7:49 to play in the first half.
Another way you can tell this is an old stadium. They have the H goalposts.
Ah, yes. Nice catch there, Drew.
Similar to Death Valley down in Baton Rouge, home of the LSU Tigers.
Or remember the Titans. Woolley drops back the pass. He's thrown out right. And he hooks up. That's number 8, Logan Hill. Knocked out of bounds by James Hurley.
Doesn't seem like the sun's affecting the quarterback any.
Well, he's throwing to the sides. He's not throwing over the middle. You know?
All right, it's first and goal.
Logan Hill was wide open out in the flat. And
like I said, you know, we're lining up in a cover 3 like that. You know, if we need to get in a cover 2 and start jamming these receivers at the line.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 6-yard line. 7:05 to play in the first half.
Going in the power I.
Got one wide both ways. Woolley goes under center. And that's a give middle. Good tackle on the play. Ball was given to Cameron Cook.
He didn't get in. Gained a couple yards, though.
Looked to get inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. Bring up second and goal from the 4 for Washington.
6:35 to play in the first half here. McLean County has already used 2 of their timeouts. So once we start going the other way, you know, that's going to have to play in. Looks like we got an official timeout.
Official timeout.
I'm not sure. I think it may be a water break, perhaps, or he's pointing at one player to get out.
That's 34 Cameron Cook.
He might have, you know, blood on his jersey or something like that. Could be just a water break.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a break of our own. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back. All right, folks, and we are back. 6:24 remaining here in the second quarter. Washington Hatchets driving. They have a second and goal situation. This ball spotted just inside the 5-yard line. McLean County trying to have a big stand.
Looks like they're going to spread it out again.
Cougars currently lead Washington 12-0 after touchdowns by Lucas Mosey and James Hurley. Similar formation that we've seen all night, 2x2, pistol formation. Jace Perkins, number 25, the running back behind the quarterback, Woolley. Woolley gives it to Perkins, and he cuts back, contacted right at the line of scrimmage and brought down. And that's Lucas Mosey. Came in and put a hat on the ball carrier, and it's going to be no gain on the play.
Cameron Dukes checking in for the Cougars. Looks like 56 for us is limping off slowly. Maybe it was a 66, Kobe Dant.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Dukes, who's played primarily on the offensive line the last couple of years, been a starting guard, comes in and played quite a bit last week on the defensive side of the ball as well.
You got a wide out way out here on the numbers. You got to think he's going to run a slant.
Washington has to give 4 yards to get to pay dirt. Ball snap, Woolley looking left. He's flushed from the pocket, throws back across the middle. And that is a touchdown to number 2, Nathaniel Aldrich. And just like that, the Hatchets cut McLean County's lead in half, 12-6 here with 5:14 to play in the first half at Hatchet Hollow. Conversion or PAT attempt pending. It looks like the Hatchets are going to go for 2 here.
Got to play hard-nosed football here.
So McLean County actually had pretty decent coverage on the left side where Woolley was checking. He checked down back across the middle, and Aldrich was standing there wide open in the middle of the field. So good defense on the outside by McLean County.
Yeah, just a broken play, you know.
Just broke up a little bit and didn't get pressure on him in time. Pistol formation, same thing we've seen. Only 2 seconds remaining on the play clock. And
they're going to get a delayed game.
That's going to push Washington back 5 yards. And it's nice seeing that. We do not have that in McLean County, so we can keep an eye on that on both ends of the field here at Washington. So back him up 5 yards, and let's do this thing again.
Play clock's running.
So you have to think this puts Washington into a passing situation. We've seen them go
5 seconds on the play clock.
Again, cutting it close. Woolley has to get this off, and he just does. Gets it off with 1 second, throws it on the flat. That's Aldrich. James Hurley slips off of him. Aldrich cuts it back in and gets in for the 2-point conversion. So following that 2-point conversion, your Cougars still lead here in Washington, but only by 4 points. And with that, we're going to take a quick break and again play our sponsor video. We appreciate everybody in our community to support what we do here to bring these games to you. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. 5:14 remaining here in the first half. Washington Hatchets cut into McLean County's lead after scoring a touchdown on a pass from Woolley to Aldrich, and then converting a 2-point conversion again on a pass from Woolley to Aldrich. And it's 12-8. Your Cougars still lead as they try to punch another one into the end zone, increase their margin.
I like to see the Cougars run it back here. Give us a good lead.
That'd be solid. You got James Hurley and Elijah Baldwin back deep. You also have Zach Clayton in that mid-range. And it's going to be deep. That's going to be Hurley who's going to receive it at the 13-yard line. He's trying to find something up the middle. He gets out across the 30-yard line to the 33. Decent return for Hurley. And we'll see what the Cougars draw up here.
All right, Cougars are going to start driving. We got 5:09 in the first half. McLean County only has 1 timeout. Coach has already burned up 2 of them. So, like we saw last week against Ohio County, we had a lot of long, sustained drives that ate up a lot of clock. So, I'd look to see McLean County do this again.
And 5:09 to play, that's right in our wheelhouse as far as the time it takes, our typical sustained drives to work, as it's toss out left to Hurley, and he gets the edge, tripped up and out of bounds. He gets to the 43-yard line. Pickup of about 8 on the play.
Pushed out of bounds like that, that's going to stop the clock too. So, that's good football awareness.
So McLean County will kick it back to Washington to begin the second half. So scoring here and increasing this lead Be very big as the game goes forward. Baldwin goes in motion. Ball's given to Hurley running middle. He cuts it outside, tries to cut it back. He gets out to about the 46-yard line. It's going to be enough for the first down. Looking to see if there was a flag or anything. Hurley tossed the ball backwards on the play in frustration. It does appear to be enough for the first down.
So that'll move the chains. So this clock's going to start as soon as it gets set. Yeah, McLean County needs to eat up this clock, hit pay dirt, go up by 2 scores. Because, like you said a second ago, we're going to be kicking off the Hatchets to start off the second half. So that 2-score deficit would be good.
Mosey has moved into the backfield. Clayton goes into motion. And Klein's going to keep it. He gets the edge, and outside he's got the first down and more. Out across inside the 30, down to the 32-yard line. Excellent run by Brody Klein. Pickup of 22 on the play. Or I'm sorry, he got down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah.
Away from where we're running.
Great run by Brody Klein. He made a good read, got outside, takes McLean County down inside the Washington 30-yard line.
Clock should be running. I don't know why it isn't.
Hurley at the other wing and put Mosey at fullback and then put your fast.
I don't know.
So we got twins left. Clayton goes in motion. Ball is given middle to Mosey. He gets down to the 21-yard line. Pick up 6 on the play. And Klein, once he got to the edge and started to get north and south on that play, showed to have some pretty decent speed.
Yeah, essentially that's all middle school football is. First one to the outside is going to win. Washington didn't really have any good pursuit angles there, but Brody got brought down by behind there.
Number 72, Landon Goodwin, checks into the game at right tackle. Mosey in at fullback again, and ball is on the ground, and yet again in the last 2 games we've seen a handful of muff snaps and muffed handoffs. Again, that's something that comes with experience. This being Brody Klein's 6th quarter at quarterback in his career.
Yeah, and that's just, communication, during the week.
Well, and adrenaline, too.
Yeah, we got to have good communication on there, but I understand if Brody's nervous, like you said, it's his 6th quarter of varsity quarterback. You do have some guys coming back, some experience. Just need to work on snaps.
So 3rd and 4, Mosey in the backfield. Since Clayton in motion, Mosey gets the handoff. He gets inside the 20-yard line. He's going to be brought down just shy of the 15. That's going to be a first down for McLean County here. 2:52 to play in the first half. Cougars are now in the Hatchets red zone.
16.
And the thing about Mosey and Hurley both, first defender, they have to come with a lot if they're going to bring them down. Haven't seen a whole lot of tackles, first tacklers, bring those 2 down here in the first 2 games, albeit it's an early season.
Not whenever them boys got a full steam ahead. It's hard to have a first-person tackle.
Klein in the pistol. And ball, a bad snap again. Klein picks it up, and he's tackled out around the 30-yard line. Loss of 14 on the play.
It's going to keep the clock ticking, too, as we approach 2:05 to play in the first half.
So that's going to set up a 2nd and 24 situation for McLean County.
Looks like Coach Wagner's going to have to go a little bit deeper in the bag of plays here.
And that time, not so much on Klein. Poor snap.
Tell him back to the ball. Tell him back to the ball.
It's number 70, Ethan Todd, who's actually taken over center duties this year. Klein throws it out into the flat to Brady Dame, trying to get inside, and he's dancing too much.
Got to go north and south there.
Got to get north and south as fast as possible. Tried to dance a little bit too much. He's brought down for a loss of 1 on the play. It's
80 seconds to play in the first half.
It's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Cougars. And in this field position,
that's going to be McLean County's 3rd and final timeout of the first half with 75 seconds to play.
And you have to think Coach Wagner's goal here is to cut this yardage in half to give us a 4th and manageable situation. You don't have to get it all back in one play. We have 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Worst case scenario, we run a little bit of time off the clock and don't give Washington an opportunity to score.
Out of timeouts, but, first down, the clock stops. If you get out of bounds, clock stops, So that's something we need to be looking for.
Indeed. And with this timeout, we're going to take a short break to thank our sponsors. BF Evans Ford, your source for new Fords and used cars, located in Livermore, Kentucky. Go My Team podcast. Turn off the filters and be real. A podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming, hosted by Hagen Fee and Ryan Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at the Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all of your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedo and wedding suit rental, and more. Ring Asphalt Ceiling, located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel, and Muster Funeral Homes, located in Livermore in Calhoun, Kentucky. We'll hook Andrea up with a read in just a moment. Here, 3rd and 24 for the Cougars. Ball's on the 31-yard line. Line to gain is about the 5.
We don't need them.
Klein in the pistol formation, puts Clayton in motion. And the ball is given to Hurley, and he cuts back up, gets down to the 21-yard line. And once again, that was the goal on that play, was to cut that yardage in half and give ourselves an opportunity.
60 seconds to go in the first half.
To give ourselves an opportunity to convert this first down.
It'd be 4th and 3rd for the Cougars.
Good one. Running off the line. And
play clock hadn't started, so.
For what? You're good. You're good. No.
Need to get the snap off.
Behind the tackle.
And McLean County will call a timeout. And that is the 3rd and final timeout for McLean County. Here with 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 4th and 14 situation we are faced with. And we'll resume our ad reads as we want to thank Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel for your vacation planning needs. She specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resort. Take advantage of her complimentary planning services today. And Muster Funeral Home, located in Livermore and Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral directors since 1855. Drew, here we are, 4th and 14. 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. What would you dial up to get this yardage and potentially get McLean County into the end zone again before the half?
Well, the ball's on the 21-yard line. You got 14 yards for a first down. You might as well go for pay dirt. 31 seconds here. Worst comes to worst, it's a turnover on downs. However, the Hatchets will take over the ball at their own 21-yard line. That's 79 yards for them to gain with less than 30 seconds to play in the first half. So if it was me, I would look for a hard count right here. Maybe get a little cheap 5 yards back, kind of decrease that deficit. Then I look to pass the ball, maybe something to Brady over the top, because as you can tell from that far side, he has a single coverage and he's got a height advantage.
And that's where we're going, looking towards Brady. Oh, no, looking towards Baldwin. And they're going to say he was out of bounds on the reception. Beautifully drawn up play by Coach Wagner. Brady Dame ran off the outside defender, and Baldwin came free coming across the middle. Klein had to throw falling on his back foot and threw it just wide, as that's going to be a turnover on downs here with 23 seconds to play in the first half. Like I said, a good play. A well-designed play. Baldwin caught it. Just couldn't keep his feet in bounds. So it's going to be Washington ball, 23 seconds to play here in the half. They have to go 79 yards to get on the board. So you're going to see prevent defense I would assume, out of McLean County in this long field situation.
I believe the Hatchets still have 2 timeouts left.
Washington has put the ball in the air some tonight and had a lot of success with it on their last drive, as it was a touchdown pass to Aldrich and then a 2-point conversion
You got a
pass
power
to
out.
Aldrich. And they're going to give it middle.
Arm tackling, arm tackling, arm tackling.
Arm tackle initially, but it is finished off. That was number 5, Wilkinson Eldius.
10
on
seconds
the
to go.
run.
They're going to run out the clock.
Washington is content on going to the locker room here, it looks, with a 4-point deficit, especially since they'll be receiving the ball coming out of the halftime break. But with that, after 2 quarters of play, your Cougars lead the Washington Hatchets 12-8 here at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. Now we're going to take a short break of our own, about 15 minutes to be exact, and we'll be back to cover all the second half action for you in just a little bit. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we'll see you on the flip side. Roll, and we are back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. McLean County Sports Network. We're back here in Washington, Indiana. About to get second half action underway. McLean County will be kicking it back to the Hatchets. McLean County currently leads 12-8. Quick statistical recap here. The Hatchets ran the ball 17 times in the first half for 42 yards. They were 5 of 7 through the air for 44 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 extra point, both of which were thrown to number 2, Aldrich. McLean County in the first half ran the ball 21 times for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 by Hurley and 1 by Mosey. Zach Clayton leads McLean County in rushing, 6 carries, 37 yards. Hurley is next, 26 yards on 4 carries. Brody Klein is 3 of 5 through the air for 74 yards on the game. All 3 receptions by number 5, Brady Dame.
Yeah, McLean County, as we start this second half, is nursing a four-point lead. As Caps goes to kick off here, Hatchet's looking to return it shallow.
That's number 2, Aldrich, back deep, and it's kicked. Line drive, fielded at the 23-yard line. Trying to find something through the middle. He's tackled and thrown down at the 41-yard line. It's number 54, Ethan Crow, on the tackle, so the Hatchets will set up shop at their own 41 to begin the second half. As Drew mentioned, McLean County leading this game 12-8.
Hey, that was a lot better starting off a kickoff there. The coverage, everybody stayed in their lanes. Earlier on this past kickoff that we had, you saw the Hatchets with the big gain moving into Cougar territory. So you can see some good halftime improvements right there.
Yeah, good job by Crow of wrapping up on the tackle. As Woolley sends number 2, Aldrich, in motion. He gives it back to Person on belly. Contact by Aiden Rice and number 64, Wesley Wells, on the play. Pick up a 4 on the first down run by Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins is a big kid for Washington. He's very similar to Spencer Phillips. Short, stout, has a good, decent speed. So just to assimilate that with somebody that we know in McLean County, that's kind of hard to tackle.
All right, we have
power eye.
One receiver both ways. Little movement up front, not called. Woolley's going to hand the ball off. That's Cook on the ISO, and that's Wesley Wells, brings him down to the ground after a pickup of 2 on the play. Nice tackle right there by Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot got a hold of him, and he wasn't going anywhere.
So 2 good plays back-to-back for Wes Wells. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Hatchets.
I'll look for the Hatchets to air it out here.
They've had some success through the air, particularly in their last drive of the first half. We'll see if they do something on the edge, potentially a screen. Keep an eye on number 2, Aldrich. He's on the short side up top.
Yeah, they're going to go to this power eye, 1 man each way.
Aiden Rice needs to get out there in the flats, help out Brady Dame, who's playing about 8 yards off the ball. They're going to go ISO to Perkins. He's got a wall of blockers in front of him, and he's short of the first down.
Got a flag. We got a late block. That's going to be against the Hatchets. I saw a Cougar flying down late. I'm going to say that's going to be illegal blocking the back after the play.
It looks like he did get the yards to pick up the first down, but we'll see.
See what the White Hats got for us here.
And it's on McLean County.
No, I think he's just indicating the first down.
Oh, he's giving him the first down.
Now he's going to call the penalty. So they're going to give him the first down, but they're going to move him back. So
you were right, dead ball personal foul against the Hatchets. So they gave him the first down. It's going to back him up 15 yards from there. It's going to be 1st and 25 from the Hatchets' own 38. So they pick up the first down, but backed up behind where they began this drive. Okay, so they're going to move the chains. It's just going to be 1st and 10. Shouldn't move the chains.
No, they shouldn't be moving the chains. I'm not sure if I wouldn't expect Indiana to have different rules like that. We're going to run the clock, too? Okay. Yeah, they're not. That's not right here.
And it looks like they're going to let him play 2-by-2. Wooley's going to throw. He's looking left, and that's well short of the intended receiver, number 4, Simon Parsons. You have to think
flats are open. I really need to see the Cougar defense get into the flats because it's open all day there.
We're playing 8 yards off, so we have to have really good pursuit, especially when we throw out that direction. That being said, quick snap by the Hatchets on that play, as we believed that the chain shouldn't have moved from the original spot. So 2nd and 10 for Washington here, 10:04 to play in the third quarter. 2-by-2, again, Perkins behind Woolley in the pistol formation. Woolley's going to give the ball to Aldrich, running left, and nice tackle by a host of Cougars led by Mosey and Brody Klein. Hurley was also there to finish off the play.
We need to put a linebacker on this far sideline. We got one cornerback covering 2 men. That's not going to fly. That Hatchets can't exploit that.
So we have a 3rd and 7 situation. Line to gain is a 49.
Now they're going to go twins right and left, both sides.
Again, pistol formation. Perkins is going to line up next to Woolley on this. Here comes the motion, and it's given to number 3. Dame turns him back in, and number 3 is knocked down at the 45-yard line. Does not get enough for the first down. Number 3, Rylan Memmering, freshman receiver on the carry. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 for Washington here.
This is a big 4th down stop for the Cougars. 8:55 to go in the third quarter. But Brady did what he was supposed to do over there as a cornerback. Basically, just turn the man in, don't let anybody get outside of you and keep containment. And whenever he did that, he drove it back into the outside linebackers.
All right, so
we're going to line up the punt, quick punt.
And no fake, punts away.
Brady, move.
And the ball is downed at the 33-yard line of Washington. So good defensive stand for McLean County. 8:29 to play here in the third quarter. McLean County's offense comes back onto the field to begin their first drive of the second half.
A little bit better by the defense there. A bend not break defense to keep the Hatchets back in their own territory. You know, a mental error by them to move them back behind the chains. So 8:29 in the third quarter, McLean County is going to take over offense and looking to hit pay dirt.
Ethan Todd coming up to the line. Brady Dame is split out left, short side there. Brody Klein to go under center. And
ball's dropped.
Snapped on the ground again. McLean County falls on it, but that is McLean County's 5th fumble of the game. We've only lost 1 so far.
You know, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot there. That's, those are errors that we can't afford to make, especially in the second half of this ball game, with only holding on to a 4-point lead. A lot of whistles
and we have
blown.
official timeout as a Hatchet player goes down to the ground on the defensive side of the football. So with this, we're going to take a quick timeout and thank our sponsors for this game. BF Evans Ford, your source for new Fords and used cars, located in Livermore, Kentucky. Go My Team podcast. Turn off the filters and be real. A podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming hosted by Hagan Fee and Ryan Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at the Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all of your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedo and wedding suit rental, and more. Ring Asphalt Ceiling, located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton will share the magic travel for your vacation planning needs. She specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Take advantage of our complimentary planning services today. And Muster Funeral Home in Livermore and Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral director since 1855. And that was number 7, Wyatt Owens, who seems to be having some cramping issues. He's walking off under his own power. So he is off the field. It'll be 2nd and 10 after that snap, or after that fumbled snap for McLean County. Clock starts here with 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Klein going under center. And it's going to be a quarterback's keeper. Good read by Klein. Gets out across the 45, close to the 50-yard line. And another excellent run by Brody Klein. He picks up the first down after pick up a 15 on the play.
Yeah, that's going to move the chains for McLean County. Like we said earlier in the first half, we need to get back to our bread and butter of just long, sustained drives that are going to eat up the clock. The clock's going to be your best friend, especially if you have a lead. Right now we just have a 4-point lead. Get us a touchdown. It'll be a 2-score game. So clock's going to be your best friend here.
So new set of downs for McLean County. Ball on the 50. Zach Clayton goes in motion. Ball is handed to Lucas Mosey, running across the middle. Picks up 4 yards despite not a whole lot of running room. And that's the thing about big number 99, the beast, is Mosey tends to make something out of nothing more times than not. Nice pickup of 4 yards on the first down play.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell Mosey has gotten his yards come from the weight room. I mean, just off-season work that he has put in is phenomenal. I mean, you can just see how much growth he has had as a football player. You know, the style of running. I've seen him play since middle school, and now that he's a upperclassman in high school, you can really see the development.
Klein goes under center, Mosey behind him. Hurley goes in motion. Ball is given to Hurley running left, and he cuts it back up. And close to the first down. It's going to be just short of the 40. Ball's going to be spotted on the 41. Going to be a pickup of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up third. So James Hurley, pick up a 5 on the play. Hurley, like we said, only had 4 carries for 26 yards in the first half. He led McLean County last week with 19 carries, so see if Coach Wagner calls his number a little bit more here in the second. And Klein on the sneak, picks up the first down after dropping the snap. Picks up about 4 yards on the play, and that'll be good enough to move the chains. So again, some issues on the exchange, but Brody had the wherewithal to pick the ball up and keep his legs moving to pick up the first down for McLean County.
We're going to have officials timeout because they never started the clock after the chains got set. That's what the hang-up's going to be. But they're over here right beside us, so I'm not going to talk too loud.
I can't get it to run! There we go. I can't get the play clock to reset either.
So we're having some issues here. Technical issues with the clock. Getting that all straightened out up here in the booth.
It happens.
As we said, it's going to be a 1st and 10 situation for McLean County. And Brody Klein's looked really good running the ball this evening. He had a couple of losses on broken plays, but had a big 30-yard run in the first half. Had another pickup of about 20 here in the second half. So it's nice to see our quarterback show his mobility and pick up some good plays with the legs as well as his arm.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing really good as a – because what? He's just a sophomore, so yeah. He's going to develop into a really nice quarterback, I believe, under Zach Wagner's offense here.
All right, so 1st and 10. Klein again going under center. Sends Clayton in motion. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure off his left side. He throws over the middle. That's James Hurley, who makes a great play coming back to the football and gets down to the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 18 on the play, and nice play by Hurley. As that ball was thrown just a little bit short. Klein had some pressure off his left side, was able to get it off a back foot again. Hurley came back to the football and made a great play to get McLean County down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Cougars.
And that's a good thing about Hurley, and our receivers have to do this too. You know, if you have a little shorter of a pass, you got to come back to the ball, help your quarterback out a little bit.
Tight formation for McLean County. Hurley is shifted into the backfield now. Baldwin and Clayton at the wings. Brady Dame tight, double tight right side. Ball's given to Clayton running right. He's trying to get the edge. He's got it and more. Touchdown Cougars as Zach Clayton goes in untouched. TDMC. First touchdown of the year for the junior Zach Clayton. With 4:41 to play here in the third quarter, McLean County extends their lead out to 18-8. 2-point conversion pending.
Real nice 20-yard scamper there on the sweep for Clayton. You know, that kid, he got to the outside and nobody's going to catch him. You know, there wasn't very good pursuit angles by the Hatchets to catch up to him, so.
And that showed that top end speed we talked about a little bit. Zach, while he is a bigger running back, he does have top end speed once he gets out into space. Notice right there that Brady Dame lined up, put his hand in the ground to add another blocker on that right side. Klein throwing it to Dame, and it is knocked down. Tried the slant. A lot of pressure off Klein's left side again, so that left side of the line has to shore up their pass block. But regardless, McLean County extends the lead to 10 here with 4:41 to play in the third quarter, 18-8 at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. That we're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back. All right, folks, and we are back here. 4:41 to play in the third quarter. McLean County just extends their lead to 10 with a touchdown scamper by Zach Clayton to make the score 18-8 here at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. Third running back of the night to score for McLean County. And that trio of Clayton, Hurley, and Mosey doing it again for Coach Wagner's offense. Caps back on to kick it away.
A lot of unselfish play by the running back squad.
Not a bad kick. A little bit higher, a little bit deeper. Ball lands on the 16-yard line. It's picked up at the 15. Missed tackle there. But decent coverage after the missed tackle.
Stayed in his lane, just couldn't take him down. I don't know what was going on there. Didn't know if he didn't slow down and just ran right past him or misjudged the ball or what was going on there. But needless to say.
Second man cleaned it up, and it's still a long field for Washington.
No real harm done.
They're going to start on their own 23-yard line. We'll see what Connor Woolley and the Hatchet offense has in store for McLean County. We got two wide left, one right.
Coach, give me a corner. Give me a corner.
And it looks like Woolley's going to keep it. And he is tackled from behind. Looked to be number 99, Lucas Mosey, on the play. And
we have a
short gain.
Our defensive backs are way off the line of scrimmage here. We need to get somebody up on them, switch up coverage, go to cover 2 to take away that outside run there. I mean, we stopped them pretty well, but if we had somebody in there a little bit sooner, would have been better.
So Hatchets again in the pistol formation, 2 wide both ways. Perkins set behind Woolley. Sends Cook in motion. Ball is given on the backside, belly. And there's a first down run by Perkins. Tackled on the back end of the play by Morris, but it's going to be enough to move the chains, pick up the 10 for the Hatchets.
Yeah, we need to get our outside linebackers and our defensive backs over here to the near side to talk a little bit.
Number 69, Whit Searcy, enters the game for Landon Goodwin. Get fresh legs in there with Bigfoot Wes Wells in the defensive tackle positions.
Going to go twins both ways.
Oh,
2-man motion. That's a flag. You can't do that.
That is a flag.
Shouldn't be able to run the play. They're supposed to blow it dead. I don't know what was going on there. If you have 2-minute motion like that, that's,
That would be a
just can't
false
do that.
start and 5-yard penalty from the original spot.
Yeah.
Sure, the ball carrier Perkins didn't appreciate that. Picked up 8 yards and took a pop. They're going to back it up. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Hatchets. Three minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Woolley 2 wide both ways again. Sends Cook in motion. Ball's faked to Cook and given back to Perkins. And nice play by Edwin Millay to turn it back in. And number 99, Lucas Mosey, there to finish it off. Pick up a 4 on the play. And Mosey needs some fresh legs, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this last week. It's right now I'd say it's probably 85 degrees. It's not as humid as it was down at Paulson Stadium last week, but, the dog days of summer have set in. It's still pretty warm right now. So we're going to start seeing issues in between cramping and, the heat is going to be a problem.
Cook goes in motion again. Woolley going to throw right. That's Aldridge, number 2, makes a man miss and gets upfield. He's tackled by Zach Clayton from behind, but not before picking up the first down. He gets out
somebody got a hatchet
to the
down there.
48-yard line, and there's a hatchet down.
Appears to be grabbing his hamstring there, so that, like we said a second ago, it could be a cramping issue.
So with this official timeout, we're going to take a timeout of our own to thank our sponsors. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back. All right. Looks like some more cramping issues that the Hatchets were dealing with. And we feel that pain. We got a little empathy for them. We were having the same experiences last week in our week 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It's not a real injury.
So 1st and 10, 2 both ways again, pistol formation. Willie sends Aldrich in motion, and he's going to look over there. He's looking deep, and just out of the reach of number 3, Rylan Memmering, the freshman who got involved earlier in the second half.
Yeah, that's your corner's responsibility right there. That corner, when we're in a cover 3 defense like that, he's got deep thirds.
And it was a good call there, fake screen, and number 3 coming across on the motion, runs the wheel, but throw just a little long, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Hatchets from their own 47-yard line. Clock stops here with 1:48 to play in the third quarter.
I'd say they're going to dial up another pass here. Either that or give it to 2-5 on a belly up the middle.
Seems to be the pattern. Woolley again, sending Memmerling, and there comes Perkins. Nice play by the defensive line to stop him in his tracks. And Perkins is a load.
That's a big kid.
About 5'9", 200 plus. So excellent job by the defensive line to stop him in his tracks. 3rd and 10 for the Hatchets. Line to gain is about the 43-yard line of McLean County.
Yeah, Perkins is a big, strong downhill runner. So, latter part of this game, it's going to be arm tackling ain't going to get it done with him.
And the ball is given to Memmerling, running left. He's being pursued by Zach Clayton, who brings him down. It's going to be just short of the first down marker. It's going to bring up 4th and very short for the Hatchets.
55 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Looks like they're going to spot it about a yard short of the marker.
It's going to be a big 4th down stand here for McLean County.
Number 3, Memmering, looked to have pretty good speed there, as he's shown at other times to this game. Good job by Zach Clayton to continue pursuit. Once Memmerling had somebody in front of him, Zach Clayton was able to drag him down from behind. 4th and 1.
Power out, you got Perkins at fullback. I'm going to say they're going to give him the ball and let him eat.
Perkins and then Cook behind him. And it's going to be a keeper. And it looks like the quarterback, Wooling, has enough for the first down. He gets out all the way to the 40-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Washington.
I'd say this is going to run out the third quarter here.
Yeah, 14 seconds remaining. There goes the clock again.
Yeah, they're just going to run out the third quarter clock.
Yep. And at the end of 3 quarters here in Washington, McLean County leads the Washington Hatchets 18-8. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for supporting us in this game and others. BF Evans Ford, your source for new Fords and used cars, located in Livermore, Kentucky. Go My Team podcast. Turn off the filters and be real. A podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming, hosted by Hagen Fee and Ryan Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at the Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all of your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedo and wedding suit rental, and more. Ring Asphalt Ceiling, located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel for your vacation planning needs. She specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Take advantage of her complimentary planning services today. And Muster Funeral Home, located in Livermore and Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral director since 1855. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we will be right back. All right, folks, and we are back here to begin the fourth quarter at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. Your Cougars lead the homestanding Hatchets 18-8. Hatchets 1st and 10 from the McLean County 41-yard line. 2-by-2 once again. Memmerling goes in motion. couple of Cougars jump off sides. We'll see if there was movement up front by the Hatchets.
Slot receiver for Hatchets moved.
They're going to call it on McLean County for jumping off sides. So that's going to bring up 1st and 5 after the penalty for Washington.
I say we go to the tape on that one.
So here come the Hatchets. 7 seconds on the play clock. Got to get something going quickly. The ball is given Perkins middle. He cuts it back out. And good play right there by the McLean County defensive line. And Zach Clayton come up to clean it up. I think that was number 99, Lucas Mosey, who got penetration, drove his man back. Forced Perkins to try to cut it outside. And that was Zach Clayton playing that stud linebacker position. Came up, made a good tackle of Perkins. As we said, number 25 in black has a good base on him. So sure-handed tackling like that by Zach Clayton is going to be very important as we continue into this fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Hatchets here. Woolley in pistol formation since Memberling number 3 in motion. And he is going to run right. And Woolley's trying to get the edge. Brody Klein does drag him out of bounds. Woolley's going to be very close to the first down marker.
He's hurting.
And he pops up quickly.
Because they dropped the thing. Brody just came down and didn't come outside in. He went inside.
We'll see where the officials mark this football.
It looks like about a yard or two short, about a yard and a half.
Yeah, 2 yards short. We'll call it 3rd and a short 2, long 1 for the Hatchets.
Short 2.
Yeah. Long 1, short 2. Had that backwards, didn't I?
No, you're good.
Half of it backwards. So we're going in the I formation. Cook is a tailback. Got Perkins at fullback. It goes to Cook, and he gets the first down. He's driven back by some Cougars, one of which was Baldwin, but not before picking up the first down. He gets out to the 27-yard line of McLean County. So it'll be a new set of downs for the Hatchets as they try to cut into this McLean County lead.
Yeah, we're approaching 10 minutes here in the ball game, so 2 scores.
McLean County getting into the end zone. Zach Clayton, 20-yard run in the third quarter, and that's proving very good. Situation right now is there's a screen out to Aldrich. He's done some fun stuff with his legs. Brady Dame stops him for a moment. He's trying to cut it back, and he is drugged down from behind by, it looks like that is Wes Wells. Bigfoot drags the squirmy number 2 Aldrich down after a pick of 4 on the play.
And that's the thing about those screen passes. If you don't have a good pursuit angle, and you have a guy dancing around not going north and south, he can make a hole there to where you can't get to him.
Back our way.
So Woolley looking to pass right. He throws it out there.
Pass falls incomplete.
Pass intended for Cameron Cook, who has been a Swiss Army knife of sorts for this Hatchet offense. You've seen him run out of that tailback position, as well as line up at receiver. That ball thrown wide of the mark. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for Washington here as the clock stops with 9 minutes to play in the game.
I tell you, the Hatchets are probably going to send a man in motion jet to the wide sideline, this near side over here, try to get to the outside.
Or say that, but they're in a different formation. Got a tight end on the left side. They're going to go big and give it to Perkins running left. And short gain on the play.
72 from McLean County wrapped him up. Landon Goodwin.
Transfer from Henderson County, the junior.
I have a good friend that's a coach over at Henderson. He's a D-line coach, and he said big things, a good one. He's said he was a good tool for us to get. He hated to see him go, but
good one playing both ways. Comes in at 6'2", 330, so good size lineman for McLean County. A nice pickup. And again, a bigger formation for the Hatchets.
looks like we're going to have a timeout, Hatchets.
And they're going to call a timeout. With that timeout, we're going to take a timeout of our own. We're the McLean County Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back as the Hatchets head back out onto the field. 4th and 6 situation for Washington.
They're going to go with power I, but this time I got 2-5 in the backfield.
They got to get down to the 17-yard line of McLean County to keep this drive alive. And they are going to look towards Aldrich. No, back over the middle, and that is Cook, who reaches for the first down, and it looks like he got it. And a nice play right there.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Nice play by the Hatchets receiver. Good awareness of where he was at on the field. Stretches out for the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of McLean County as the clock goes under 8 minutes. He was contacted about a yard short of the line to gain, but stretched out, was able to reach and get it. Memmerly goes in motion.
It'll be a screen.
Looking left. Woolley has to reverse course, and he's going to keep it. Aiden Rice misses a tackle. Brody Klein and James Hurley right there behind him to knock Woolley out of bounds. It's going to be a short gain on the play. They're going to give him 3 yards on the carry. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Hatchets.
Ethan Crow checking in for the Cougars.
And we've been rotating that second D tackle a lot tonight with Wes Wells.
They're going to go too wide both ways. Nope, going trips left.
Trips left.
Pistol formation.
And they're going to look back right. Woolley, pressure from his left side. Initial contact by number 66, Kobe Dant. And he'll get credited with the sack on the play. Wes Wells also got in there to help him. Nice play there by Dant. Good coverage on the backside.
6:30 to go in the ballgame.
Good coverage on the backside away from the trips. And that was number 2, Brody Klein.
Yeah, the Hatchets have it lined up in the trips formation since early in the game. I think their first drive they lined up in trips, but we haven't seen it since.
They really like to use jet motion to overload one side. We'll see if there's motion here. Nope, no motion. Woolley's looking to throw left. Again, pressure up the middle, this time by Hurley. He throws back right, and that's Brody Klein.
Picked and dropped.
And it hit him in the numbers and dropped it. Tried to run before he caught it. Clock's going to stop here, 5:59 to play in the 4th quarter. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Hatchets, 4th and 15. And they got to get down it looks like, to the 5-yard line to pick up this first down.
But that was good coverage by the McLean County defensive backs there.
Oh, excellent coverage. Like you said, hit Brody right in the numbers. Thought he was gonna save it, but ball hits the turf. So
He's trying to run before he caught it.
Got two wide both ways. Woolley. He's looking left again. He looks back right, throws it across the middle. It's going to be short and incomplete. Turnover on down. So with 5:53 to play, McLean County is going to get the ball back here with a 10-point lead. Big defensive stand again by McLean County. The Cougars in the second half have played much better defense, keeping everything in front of them, not trying to do too much, and some better tackling, I think, from all positions.
Absolutely. And now that McLean County's got the ball and we're going the other way, now we just need to get back to our bread and butter of long, sustained drives. Just feed Hurley, feed Mosey, feed them up the middle. Stay disciplined. Get the snaps off correctly. Hold on to it. Have good transitions. I mean, just simple stuff right now. This is what those two-a-days all pay for right here.
So Klein gives the ball to Mosey, running right. He's found a seam. He gets out across the 35, across the 40. He's finally brought down at the 43-yard line after a 21-yard scamper. And that showed a little bit of the top-end speed that Mosey can get after he gets through that second level. We've seen it a little bit in the past, both in varsity and JV games. But a big pickup there on first down by Lucas Mosey.
Yeah, I mean, it's real nice when you got the chunk yardage there, but a good thing that we don't really have at Paulson Stadium that we do have here is a time clock that Brody Klein can see. If we're going to continue to keep going under center, you want to let that clock get down to about 5 seconds, and then you start your set.
Absolutely. Slow down the pace of this. 5:25 remaining in this game. Don't extend it. 4 seconds. Clayton goes in motion. Ball is given to Hurley running middle, and he gets out across the 45-yard line down to about the 47. So pick up a 5 on the play.
And another thing that you have to do is be
excellent
very
spot on the play, I must add. The what?
Another thing, these guys they're not third region refs. Right now we need to be disciplined. The clock's ticking. We are leading the game. Washington might try to do something, get into our heads.
Well, let's see right here. We got 13 seconds on the play clock. Let's watch Brody Klein and see how deliberate he is as he goes under center. Gets a snap away with 6 seconds right there. Ball is handed to Elijah Baldwin.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the backside of the play, and it looks like the Hatchets are trying to battle for the football. Probably going to be a hold on the backside of that, which will stop the clock. Yes, there is a hold.
On McLean County.
And
discipline.
Trying to run outside. You were just saying it. Now that stops the clock. And in this situation, we can't do that. Now we're behind the chains, 3rd and 15. So we'll see what Coach Wagner decides to draw up.
Oh, they're going to start the clock.
Okay.
All right, clock's running. Got 6 seconds to go.
All right, so Brody Klein goes under center, 2 seconds. He gets it off, and he is going to hold on to the football running right. And
Go down.
He just needs to go down. He doesn't need to be running around like that. He needs to just slow down. North and south. Don't need to be doing anything extra here. You're up by 2 scores. Oh, you're up by 10. Let me rephrase that. If 2 touchdowns, just need to slow it down. Use the play clock.
So we have 3rd and 14 after a pickup of 1 on the play by Klein.
We better get to the line now.
10 seconds on the play clock. Klein doing a decent job of burning that time. Anything inside 5, he can get it away. Waiting a little bit too long. He's able to get it away again. Zach Clayton running right. He cuts it back middle.
Flag behind the play. Probably going to be another hold. Judged by the spot of the flag, that is.
Clayton picked up about 11 yards on the run, but it's likely coming back again.
Got a hold against McLean County.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 24 situation now. Clayton made
this is just late in the game discipline issues right here.
Clayton made a nice cutback on the play to keep it inbounds and keep the clock running. But now we're in a 3rd and mile situation. One caveat to that is it's 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this one. And we have gotten a couple of extra plays out of it in these long down and distance situations.
7 seconds to go on the play clock.
Klein goes under center. Hurley goes in motion. Ball is given to Zach Clayton, and he has contacted the line of scrimmage, brought down just past it. He's going to pick up 2 on the play. Play clock resumes, and I have to think this being a punt situation, Coach Wagner will take this all the way down to 1 or 2 seconds before calling a timeout. That would take us right at 2 minutes remaining in this game.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do in this situation. Just let the clock get as far down as it can, take the timeout.
And that's exactly what Coach Wagner is going to do. Timeout McLean County. And with that, we're going to take a timeout of our own, brought to you by these wonderful people in our community that help us do what we do every Friday night. We're the McLean County Sports Network, and we'll be right back. And we are back, McLean County fans. 2:02 to play in the 4th quarter here at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. Your Cougars leading the Hatchets 18-8. McLean County in a 4th and mile situation. And we'll see what Coach Wagner decides to do here. Again, we've talked about it for a while now. Eating clock is key any way they can. So no punt for fear of a bad snap or something like that, putting the Hatchets into a great situation. There's a flag prior to the snap. And
I'm say too many men on the field, maybe?
Too many men on the line. 3, 6. Nope. We got 12 guys out there, 12 hats.
Yeah, we got too many guys on the field. Can't do that.
That is a mistake.
Somebody's got to get off there.
And there goes number 69, Whit Cersei. It's going to be 4th and 30 now.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. Oh, sorry.
All right, so Klein in the shotgun. And he's going to roll out left. He's looking for Brady Dame. Puts up a good ball. Brady Dame comes down with it, makes a man miss. That's a first down. And Brady Dame
stay in bounds, stay in bounds.
Steps on the sideline.
Has to stay in bounds in that situation, but that's okay because it's good enough for him first down, McLean County.
So nice throw by Brody Klein. Nice reception by Brady Dame. Didn't stay in bounds, but that should be good enough for McLean County to retain possession for the remainder of this game, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that might be the nail right there.
That also put Brady Dame over 100 yards receiving on the game, as well as Brody Klein over 100 yards passing in the game. So 2 straight games where our play caller thrown for over 100 yards. Is this a new era for McLean County football?
Dare I say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
1st and 10. Klein goes under center. And there goes Lucas Mosey running right, contacted twice before actually being brought down at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 8 on the play. Another strong run by Lucas Mosey.
Play clock's going to keep going. 90 seconds to play here at Hatchet Hollow. If this stadium was in Western Kentucky, it'd be Hatchet Holler, though.
I was thinking the same thing earlier. I was like, maybe we should start calling it Holler.
We'll call it Holler after tonight because the Kentucky boys came up here and did it.
We're in close proximity in this press box, so not going to start talking.
But we are close to the door.
Yes. 1:07 on the game clock. Klein goes under center. 3 seconds of the play clock. Ball is given to Hurley, who juggles it and recovers it. And that's a 1st down. And they're going to move the chains. 1st down run by number 3, James Hurley. 58 seconds remaining in the game.
Did somebody call a timeout, or McLean County's acting like a timeout was called?
So the clock should be running when they blow the whistle, right? Yeah, so the clock should be running. Yeah.
And there goes the clock. No timeout called on the play. Got 36 seconds on the play clock, 51 on the game clock. 1st and 10 for McLean County, so we'll sit on it a couple of times and call this thing.
Just let the play clock roll. You got 17 seconds difference in between the play clock and the game clock.
Tell your line to stop moving.
And it's going to be a timeout by the Hatchets. And we're going to stick with you here. 30 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter at Washington, Indiana. Looks like the Cougars are going to come out of this one with a W in their 1st game outside of the state of Kentucky in the history of our program, which is a monumental win. We've done some good things tonight. 1st half was a little rough. Shored some things up in the 2nd half, though, in a very quick 2nd half of action. Usually that's the reverse. Usually the 2nd half drags on after 1st half's rush by. Regardless, McLean County doing a lot of nice things from a lot of different people. Had 3 touchdowns tonight, running by 3 different running backs. James Hurley, Lucas Mosey, and Zach Clayton all getting into the end zone. Our big number 5 wide receiver Brady Dame having 100 yards in this one. Brody Klein showing some ability both with his arm and his legs tonight, going over 100 yards for the 2nd straight game passing, and also running for about 40 yards, which was nice to see. I think my biggest takeaway is still some of that sloppiness. We saw the ball on the ground a lot tonight for McLean County. Fortunate only to lose one of those fumbles, but I believe we fumbled the ball 6 times between bad snaps and bad transitions on handoffs.
Yeah, McLean County's going to line up in the victory formation here, and Brody Klein's just going to take a knee.
So Brody knees on it, and that's going to do it here at Hatchet Hollow. McLean County with the victory, 18-8, to move to 2-0 on the season. The Hatchets, this being their season opener after missing week 1 last week, they moved to 0-1 on the early campaign. McLean County next week will be headed to Grayson County. First time we've played Grayson County in a while. So we'll be heading to Litchfield to bring you that game action on Friday, not next Saturday. We'll be back on Fridays. Before we go, Drew, I'm going to let you read some of these and get your final thoughts.
All right, here at the McLean County Sports Network, we wouldn't be able to do this without our sponsors, BF Evans Ford in Livermore, your source for new Fords and used cars located in Livermore, Kentucky. The Go My Team podcast, Turn Off the Filters and Be Real, a podcast on the business of sports and sports gaming, hosted by Hagen Fee and Ryan Brown. Subscribe and listen today on Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Radio. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Greenery, Floral and Tuxedo Rentals. Go see Yvette at The Greenery in Calhoun, Kentucky for all your floral needs, home and wall decor, gifts, tuxedo and wedding suit rental, and more. Ring Asphalt and Ceiling. Located in Calhoun, Kentucky. Call owner-operator Nathan Ring for any of your asphalt ceiling needs. Andrea Shelton with Share the Magic Travel. For your vacation planning needs, she specializes in vacations to Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, and the Caribbean with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Take advantage of her complimentary planning services today. And Muster Funeral Homes. Muster Funeral Homes, located in both Livermore and Calhoun, Kentucky. Funeral directors since 1855.
All right, Drew. So with that, McLean County moves to 2-0 on this young campaign. Again, not the prettiest. I think tonight we did tighten up in a couple of areas after last week. But some inexperience shows, but a lot of potential is showing for this Cougars 21 roster. So excited to get up to Grayson County next week. Like we mentioned, first time we've been up there in a long time, and hopefully we can move to 3-0 on this season.
Right, absolutely. And, Grayson County is a bigger school, so I don't know their roster. I usually try to stay on top to see if they have anybody returning. I don't know much about them. I know they have good football teams. I've gone up there and played against them whenever I was in school. So they're going to be ready to play. This Cougar team is we do have experience, but we do have a lot of key essential parts that were young. And, these first two games in between Ohio County and Washington here is getting those younger kids some experience. Like I said during the broadcast, we just need to tighten it up, just have some more disciplinary things. The getting caught offsides whenever going on two. Here on this final drive, the holding penalties. It's very easy to be complacent and kind of lose where you're at. Trying to ice the game out there on that final drive like we did, just simple little mistakes, that'll come back and haunt us, if it's a tighter game to where if that final drive was our final drive to last week, whenever it was tied up at 30, those simple mistakes like that would have wound up shooting us in the foot. But, when we're leading like this, they're mistakes, but they're not as detrimental to the drive as they could have been.
Right.
So, and with that comes experience. So, the more these younger kids play, the more they're going to learn and become more disciplined.
Absolutely. But all that being said, McLean County comes out of this thing 2-0.
2-0. 1-0 in Indiana.
1-0 in Indiana for the history of the program. So big W up here at Hatchet Hollow in Washington, Indiana. I want to say thank you to all the people at Washington. Everybody's been very friendly, a very cool environment to watch some football tonight. So good trip, successful trip, and we'll get after next week at Grayson County. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to all that's tuned in tonight, and go Cougars.